British racing returns to action this week, and the first major meeting will be here on the Rowley Mile in Newmarket, the 4-day QIPCO Guineas Festival. Of course, it won't be racing as we know it, it'll be behind closed doors, and Amy Starkey of Newmarket Racecourses has given us an insight of what can be expected during the 4 days.
I mean, it's going to be the most amazing 4 days of the, 4-day QIPCO Guineas Festival. Normally it's 2. We are staging the Coronation Cup, which normally forms part of the Investec Derby Festival. We've staged the Coronation Cup twice here at Newmarket before, so it's only the 3rd time that we've staged the race alongside the QIPCO 2000 and 1000 Guineas and a whole plethora of other races. We could have upwards of 40 races across the 4 days, so it's going to be great. I've been hugely heartened by how this industry has come together. Horsemen, racecourses, the industry, BHA, Racecourse Association, Levy Board have all come together to develop the plans, the protocols, the measures that need to be put in place to deliver racing safely behind closed doors. So the race meeting will be staged on 72-hour declaration. So once the horses have declared, or even indeed in advance of that, anybody required to be at the racecourse to fulfil a designated role will need to have completed a education module via the Racing to Learn app, and then they will need to be temperature checked. If they don't pass the temperature check, they will not be able to come onto the racecourse to fulfil their role that day. So it's a 3-part stringent process to allow entry onto the racecourse. Then when on the racecourse, dependent on the role that you are fulfilling, there will be strict social distancing measures in place. Various roles will be required to wear PPE, strict hand hygiene. So in terms of how people will move and deliver their roles around site, it's significantly different to what we've ever done before. So we normally stage 39 race meetings here at Newmarket. We race on the spring, in the spring and the autumn on the Rowley Mile, and in the summer we transfer over to the July course. This year we didn't start racing as planned here on the Rowley Mile. We will be racing here on the Rowley Mile throughout June. In July and August we transfer over to the July course, and across those 3 months we will stage 21 fixtures. At the end of August, we transfer back here to the Rowley Mile, where we will stage our 10 autumn fixtures as scheduled and as planned. I am so excited about racing getting going because we are all acutely aware of how important it is to sustain our industry and get racing going. And I'm not going to lie, I feel apprehensive. Racing habits, how we behave on racecourses, have been formed over the near 400 years that we've been racing here in Newmarket, and what we will be asking and working with the BHA and horsemen for people to do across the 4 days is very, very different to what they used to. I know I have my little habits when I'm on my racecourses, and everybody else does as well. I love my team. I love my racecourses, I love Newmarket, and I will miss the fact that I'll be working with colleagues at a reduced number to deliver the 4 days of the QIPCO Guineas Festival. But it's the right thing for Newmarket, it's the right thing for racing. And what I would say about the community, I'm a massive optimist, and I always think, in the midst of every challenge lies opportunity. And I think our relationship with the town and our community has been strengthened through this crisis. And what we've been able to do is support those in need across the community, working with the various community groups, including Newmarket Town Council, West Suffolk, the COVID community support group, churches together, a whole range, to be able to provide the support that is so needed in a time when our business hasn't been operating as it normally would, has been sobering but also heartening. And if we can if we can rise from this, which we will, and we can come out of it bigger, better and stronger with a, you know, a stronger, more meaningful relationship with our community, and you know, and an industry that is vibrant, you know, that can only be a good thing, and that's what we now need to push and towards and get everybody aligned around, and that starts by our race meeting on Thursday the 4th of June.